Opera and Warframe. Yes! So this is a string quartet. So this is a chamber ensemble. Oh, I'm so excited to talk about this. A chamber ensemble. This is typically, you would hear this in pieces Mozart or Beethoven, Schubert, classical era, moving into romantic era. You also have Mendelssohn, Schumann, Dvorak, Brahms, Janáček, Debussy. Every classical composer has composed a string quartet. And these could also feature singers. In this case, there is a lilting, painful quality in the strings that, to me, evokes a feeling of sadness and frustration and a little bit of pain and discomfort. Then we have the soprano come in and there's an overwhelming feeling of emptiness and of loss. But I want to take a look at the way that this soprano is singing. She's very, 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 very good. Francesca Hauser. Let's take a listen.
Dominus, oh Dominus, iraca contemneo.
So this is interesting, right? From an opera perspective, Dominus, Dominus, brum, bum. There's a bit of a spring in this, a little bit of intensity. Iraca cantameno. Very classically rooted too. Very interesting to me how this is a modern 2023 composition that is a string quartet featuring opera in a video game.
His curse upon you, Suvatasa Shabra Zuheruva.
That sounds like Mozart. Du zuheruvash. I love that. I also love that we've got this English here, and it's a mixture of this language with English. It almost sounds like Latin. Dominus, O Dominus, that would be, O Lord, O Lord. His curse upon you, Suvata Shabra. That's really interesting because it's pretty low as well in the vocal range. Shabra. It's not a heavy sing right now.
O exalted num thraxica.
Do you hear how there's tension there? Num core o exalted. As the singer goes up, there's an inherent tension in that. Bo-dum, bo-dum, ba-da-da. Tension, 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 in a very classical, contained way. This is not an overtly in-your-face emotional experience. This is pulled back. This is discreet. It's almost like whispering something. You know, the subtext could be, oh, well, you know, I heard that this. It's possible. You know what I mean? That is gorgeous. So this is this feeling of that could be in multiple different emotional states. It could be love, it could be anguish, it could be reflecting on a loss, it could be many, many, many things, but it is deeply intimate because we have this first half that is very tense and very a little bit on edge, and then we pull all the way back. Which instantly, it's a very intimate conversation with the self or with another person that you deeply care about, and it's very close and intimate, kind of quiet. This reminds me a lot of when I am late and create no sorrow, no sorrow in my breast. It's very, very plaintive. Yeah, it really reminds me of that. But this is Dido's Lament, and there is this real feeling of laying on the stage and just watching as your lover has died. Especially there. There's a real quality of as we resolve down. A lot of times we have Tido, but in this case we go It's deeply intimate. Beautiful, my gosh, this is such a fantastically written piece and beautifully sung in a true operatic style with a clean vibrato and beautiful tone. This is the essence of classical singing, and this is so important. And the thing about technique is that technique sets us free. We have to have good technique in order to be set free. And this is stunning because the line is incredibly delicate, and she is singing with beautiful space in her voice. There's a beautiful support. Sometimes what's cool is that in the in-between notes, there's no vibrato, which is a very nice, almost modern way of singing where it's not Dominus, oh Dominus, iraca canta maneo. It's not that. It's oh Dominus, iraca canta maneo. So there's a bit of a musical theater approach where the musical theater tends to be more straight tone with no vibrato. And then as we're coming in near the end of a phrase, then we do a little bit of a spin. So usually you go, cantaменeo. You add vibrato after a little bit of a space of just straight tone, no vibrato. It's really effective, it's very human, and it feels a little bit less artificial than classical singing can sound to a casual listener. You know, classical singing can be a little bit off-putting to people because they feel, due to years of bias and misunderstanding, they feel that classical singing is foreign, alien, impossible to understand, put on, artificial. And the truth is that classical singing, in the way that this is written, is actually incredibly human and incredibly powerful and a sport. It is an incredibly fascinating experience. In my case, I learned how to sing it, but as a listener, to hear this, it almost Herculean feeling when you're sitting in an audience and you hear someone, literally an orchestra of 60 people in a pit, and there's no microphones, and you just hear, oh, and it cuts through the orchestra. There's nothing like it. It is truly a unique spectacle, and this song, I'm living in this. That's beautiful too, because we have a call. I know I'm stopping so much, but I'm really excited. This is so cool because we have with the strings right before, and then we have a call and response with the strings and the soprano, and then she goes, it's so beautiful, that call and response. Pits. Ah. Wait, but do you hear the playfulness in this? The way that oh la dia eternally, whatever. That's all grace notes. It's all singing through each of the notes. It's dancing with the music, dancing with the lyrics, dancing with the pitches. And what's gorgeous about this is that then we have that violin and we have the pizzicato. We're just plucking strings. And typically when we hear that, that's bounding joy, that's playfulness, that's lightness, that's happiness. God, I cannot believe this was written, this came out today. Do you understand the significance of this? This is classical music being written in your video game where you can easily access it. This could be in a symphony hall today and be conceived of as a legitimate musical piece that was written for the stage. This is amazing. That phrase was such a beautiful mix of musical theater, classical singing, and jazz. That is gorgeous. Let me just go back really quick because you got to hear this. She's very good. She's a very good singer. Check this out. She goes, so that's 3 different styles. She leans into the half step, straight tone, and then grace notes down, 16th notes. That's very classical. Oh, that is gorgeous. Again, bouncing. There's a shift in feeling here. Oh my God, listen to the way that now we woo, and then everything shifts. This is inherently a fearful moment where we're like, oh no, something bad is happening. Something bad is happening. Everything shifted. We were in joy, we were in sadness, we were in joy, we were arriving at a new destination, and suddenly, now we're left with this feeling of fear. We're sliding down. Man, thank you so much, Keith Power and Matthew Chalmers, and everybody that worked on this piece, and Francesca Hauser, the vocalist. You don't understand how this makes me feel as a person who studied singing and performed professionally for 10 years, for a decade. To hear this being done on my game consoles, I'm so thankful. Thank you so much for doing this. I'm going to cover this, because it's gorgeous. Anyway, there's more Warframe on the channel. Feel free to check out gameplay on twitch.tv/MarcoMeatball. Join the Discord if you want to talk Warframe. And yeah, I'll talk to you soon, okay? Bye.